And in the Super Bowl crowd of more than 61,000 fans, there were several who dedicate their lives to making the community a better place, and they were recognized for it with tickets to the Super Bowl. One of those people is a little superhero who was having the, quote, best day of his life, not only because his team made it to the big game, but because he also got a very special shout out from one of his football heroes. Nevada Week's Maria Silva has this heartwarming story.
I talked to one of the players and I said, you know what, there's this little warrior. He's the MVP warrior, Super Benji. Check this out. Ready?
That just shows how strong the guy is, like mentally and physically, like to be battling cancer at the age 10 and just being a warrior, like, and just being able to do all these things is just amazing. I definitely want to be sure to like meet him. So if y'all hear this, like, I need to meet this kid on the sideline before the game start. Get this man a sideline pass so I can chop it up with him. Super Benji, you're a strong man. We're going to give you a good show on Sunday.
To say 10-year-old Benji Sanchez, a.k.a. Super Benji, was surprised by 49ers wide receiver Deebo Samuel's special shout-out is, well, an understatement. The special shout-out, just one of many surprises the Sanchez family received leading up to Super Bowl 58. The biggest one? Tickets to the big game courtesy of the NFL and the Las Vegas Super Bowl 58 host committee, after being nominated by the local chapter of the American Cancer Society.
We are going to Super Bowl.
And not even a broken hip and bilateral surgery kept Super Benji from attending the ceremony. Soon after that surprise, another pleasant surprise. The Sanchez family's favorite team,
Go Niners!
were heading to the Super Bowl.
Once I knew that we were going to get Super Bowl tickets, I was like, no way. I'm like, no way, my childhood dream came true.
If anyone deserves to have all of his childhood dreams come true, it's Super Benji. To see this energetic 10-year-old full of life running around being, well, a 10-year-old.
Let's go Niners!
One would never imagine what this brave little superhero
I just get my powder in my brain.
has been through.
I'm a 2-time cancer survivor.
His first cancer diagnosis, a brain tumor which metastasized throughout his spine. Benji was only 9 months old.
His tumor had caused hemorrhaging. It was taking up over 33% of his brain. So when they sat me down, the doctor just looked at me and she was just like, I'm sorry, Mom. And I mean, it was just like your jaw hits the floor and you sit down and she's showing me the tumor inside his scan, actually piece by piece. And she's just doing that. And it gets to the point to where she had 2 hands. And I just remember her hands were shaking. I just literally, tears flew down and that was it. We met with a neurosurgeon the next day. He underwent a 6-hour surgery. I didn't find out till later that he had to be resuscitated.
After intense treatments, including aggressive chemotherapy and 3 stem cell transplants, the family thought Benji was in the clear. Call it a mother's intuition. Azalea felt something wasn't quite right. And at age 5, another heartbreaking diagnosis.
He grew a tumor on his thyroid that spread to some lymph nodes. Luckily, the thyroid was nowhere near as aggressive as the brain cancer. And it was a different way of treating it. So he had the surgery. He had his thyroid removed, which a lot of people don't realize that is just a small, tiny organ, but it controls so much. He's in remission with that. We monitor it every 3 months, every 3 and 6 months. He's grown some nodules. In his case, if anything grows back, we need to be extra careful. He also has a genetic mutation that puts him more at risk of developing multiple cancers.
You're a cancer survivor. How do you do it?
I just fight through it.
This brave little fighter is no doubt the MVP of his team, Team Super Benji.
He is such a charismatic person and he's just always excited, and I think that's one of the things that is so great about Benji is that even in bad times, like, he can still push through and he'll still make everyone laugh.
I would describe him as probably the most wild person you would ever meet, the biggest character, and the most loving little boy you could ever meet. I'd say he's a 2-time cancer survivor because that's a big part of who he is, and that's a big part of who we all are as a family. And I would say he's just a real-life superhero.
They have been so supportive. They've had to grow up a lot faster than they should have. And I'm just so proud of them.
On Super Bowl Sunday, Super Benji, Mama Azalea, Dad Frank, and big brothers JJ and Hunter, as well as big sister Percy, got all dressed to the nines in their favorite Niners gear.
Devo, thank you so much for the matches. I can't wait to see you at Super Bowl.
And while Super Benji did not get to meet up with Debo on that sideline before the big game, just being able to attend the Super Bowl,
That game was the best day of my life.
and on the best day of his life, Super Benji made sure to repay the favor with a special message of his own for Debo and his beloved 49ers.
We got next time we'll see you guys at next year's Super Bowl, and you're always my hero, and you guys played so good on the field. Bye.
And here's another reason Super Benji is an inspiration. A day after the Super Bowl, Benji, along with his mom, boarded a plane and headed to Washington, D.C. to take part in Alliance for Childhood Cancer Action Days 2024. Benji met with Nevada lawmakers to advocate for important childhood cancer issues affecting kids here in our state and nationwide. A big thank you to Benji and his family for sharing their story with us.